Okay. Hey y'all, I'm back with another motherfucking YouTube video. Yeah, okay. Hold on. Let me re-greet y'all, because that wasn't it. You know, that's not our YouTube intro. Hey y'all, I'm back with another motherfucking YouTube video. And I'm back with another motherfucking YouTube video. YouTube video, YouTube video, YouTube. So yes, this video is about how I went from 150 pounds to 115 pounds to 150. So I've always wanted to gain weight. Well, you know, ever since the little Kardashians and Nicki Minaj and stuff, you know, when having big butts and all that kind of stuff became popular, you know, I became more self-conscious. But I think any smaller female or skinnier female can relate as well. You know, back in the early 2000s, you know, it was all about the small waist, skinny legs, skinny butt. You know, we weren't really worried about big butts and being thick and all that kind of stuff. Like, if you were thick, you were thick. But like, it was more preferable to be slimmer or skinnier back then in the early 2000s. You know, when the low-rise jeans are popular, you know, things like that era. But as soon as Kim Kardashian and Nicki Minaj came around, everybody's like, hold on, we might like the big butt. We might like it. So I believe high school is when I was really like, no, like I really want to gain weight now, because I felt like I looked a little underweight. I did look underweight for sure. I probably was. But high school, I was like, no, this is my time to gain weight. I'm gonna gain weight and I'm gonna be serious about it. So I started taking Epitamin. If you know what Epitamin already looks like, that's great. But for those of you who don't know what Epitamin looks like, I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, I started taking Epitamin, and at the time, like, I was taking Epitamin, but you know, when you're taking Epitamin, you have to make sure that your eating portions or what you're consuming, like, is making up, like it helps with the weight gain. You can't just take Epitamin and eat like two times once a day and think you're about to gain mad weight. Like, it doesn't work like that. You have to take Epitamin, and you also have to eat like crazy. Breakfast, lunch, dinner with snacks. So I believe I wasn't really doing that. So I would gain weight, then I would lose weight, gain weight, lose weight. I was getting this Epitamin bottle. If anybody wants to get Epitamin, I was getting this Epitamin bottle from my local African store. I heard they sell it on Amazon. They got the pills now too. Yeah, I was using those. I was only using the syrup. I wasn't using the pills, but I just recently heard that they have Epitamin pills now. So I kept losing the weight that I was gaining in high school, so I wasn't really seeing much of a difference. So I was still, you know, I would gain a little bit, lose, gain, lose. So it wasn't until I went, I think my first year in college, when I decided I'm gonna take this seriously. I'm gonna eat well. Actually, I'm lying, I skipped a step. So once I went to college, every college campus has a pediatrician. You know, they have the nurses and all that kind of stuff on campus. I seen a pediatrician. I seen a pediatrician at the school, and they were like, well, I mean, you're not like anorexic and stuff like that, but you need to eat things like peanuts, you know, high protein foods. High protein foods would be eggs, quinoa, avocados. It's a high protein food. Chicken, steak, things like that, high protein. So she gave me this little sheet of paper with all the foods on the sheet of paper that help you gain weight. So I was taking the Epitamin, eating at the cafeteria, eating snacks. If you've ever been to college or a college away from home, you know that when they give you the your ID, that ID usually has money on it, and that money you can spend it on food outside the campus, or you can spend the money on the vending machine. So, I was eating the cafeteria food, breakfast. Oh my God, that's one thing I miss about school. Food. Ooh. They used to have the waffles, strawberries, blueberries, the eggs, omelets. Like, those are the good times. The good times. But anyway, so I was eating really good in school, then eating snacks on the side from the vending machine or outside of school. Then I also had my snacks inside my dorm. I had the snacks. I had a whole chest full of snacks, Doritos, Capri Suns, applesauce, all types of shit, and fucking peanuts. Listen, I had all types of things in that trunk, and I was just eating, and surprisingly, some way, somehow, I went from, I think 125, I might have been 125 at the time. I went from 125 to 135, and I was so excited. I was so excited to the point where I was like, hold on, I'm 135 pounds. I've never gained weight before. I've never gained weight to the point where like it actually stuck. Like every time I've gained weight, I've always gained and lost, gained and lost, gained and lost. So I ended up losing all of that weight. And listen, once you are depressed, it is hard to get off that depression bandwagon. Like, it's so hard to pull yourself back out of that funk that you're in. So I was depressed from probably around March, no, probably before March. Before probably like February, from February, March, April, May, June, July, August, November. It was November. It was fine. I think November was when I finally started coming out of that depression. And let me tell you why. I was depressed for so many reasons, really. But I was depressed for almost like, what, 7-8 months? That's how bad it was. Within that time span, I had just dropped out of school. My mom was injecting me. I couldn't find a job that whole entire summer. I couldn't find a job. I applied to Home Goods, Target, any job that you could possibly think of. I applied and I didn't get, nobody called back, nothing. So I was depressed because I had dropped out of school. My mom was just blowing mine. I couldn't find a job. Like, I was just going through it. I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life. My lash business wasn't really like booming. I was just going through it, okay? I was going through it. So, I had this job, before I went to college, I had this job working at an after school program. And at the after school program, we would basically watch the kids, play games with them, do like, they would give us like a curriculum to follow in terms for studying purposes and shit. And we have to teach the kids. So basically I was a camp counselor without the sleepover, regular camp. So I ended up going back to that job. I didn't really want to go back. I didn't want to go there, period, just because those kids are ruthless, y'all. Children are ruthless, especially middle school kids. At the time, I was probably like 18, 19. Ain't no 14, 15-year-old listen to no 19-year-old. Like, niggas did not respect me. They did not respect me. So, fast forward, this is a perfect time to gain weight and accomplish all the things, like work on myself, accomplish all the things I want to accomplish. And that's exactly what I did. I got my job, started contributing to my lash business more. I started spending money on my clothing business, all that kind of stuff, the startup. started taking my epitomen, started gaining weight, and by December I was probably like 100, and I went from 115 November. So since I left college, right, when I left college I was probably like 100 and let's say 130, because I was depressed then. I was probably 130 pounds, and by the time I left, came home, got even sadder than I was when I was at school. By that time, I was probably like 115. By November, I was 115 pounds. By November, 115. From 130 to November, I was 115 pounds. I was like, no, I can't do this. I stood on the scale. You know, sometimes you lose weight and you don't realize it until people start telling you, like, bro, like, are you good? Are you okay? Like, you're losing mad weight. And it wasn't until people kept telling me, like, yo, you're really losing a whole bunch of weight. Like, I would have never known that, like, you're losing a whole bunch of weight. So I'm like, this is the time. I need to focus. I need to get my weight up. So I started taking the epitomen, and I started eating. I was eating 4 times a day. If you've taken epitomen before, you know epitomen makes you tired, it makes you hungry, like it makes you sleepy, all of those, okay? And I started eating 4 times a day. I was sleeping as well, but you know, you gotta get over that sleeping stuff. Like, you gotta learn to train yourself. If you're feeling sleepy, stand up, pick yourself up. Especially when you work and you can't be sleeping on the job. So I started taking the epitomen, eating 4 times a day. And when I was eating 4 times a day, I would eat breakfast. For breakfast, a lot of people don't like oatmeal, but oatmeal has a lot of protein. If you're trying to gain weight, oatmeal, okay, oatmeal is your best bet. It's not your best bet, but it's one of the things that you can eat. Like, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. If you eat plain oatmeal is disgusting, 100%. But if you're eating like apple oatmeal, pumpkin spice oatmeal, the cinnamon one, what else do they put in this box? If you go to BJ's has the variety box with the apple, cinnamon, pumpkin, all of that. The sugar, I think brown sugar. I'm gonna put that picture right up here too. So yeah, I was eating oatmeal. I think I'll eat oatmeal, 2 boiled eggs in the morning. Yeah. Not everybody likes boiled eggs, but I'm a salt fanatic, so I be eating the boiled eggs, put a little salt on there, and eat it. I do. So yeah, so the oatmeal, 2 boiled eggs, that would be my breakfast, right? That would be my breakfast. I would go to the after school job. I also don't wake up early. I wasn't a 8 a.m. I'm gonna wake up at 8 a.m. to go to work type of person. At that time, the job was only an after school job. So I would probably wake up around 10, 11, eat the oatmeal and stuff with the eggs, get ready, go to work. And when I would go to work, they gave out school lunch. Yep, I was eating school lunches. When they had chicken, ooh, I was in there busting that chicken down. Remember, chicken, high protein. You need chicken. Well, if you're a vegetarian, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I'm not a vegetarian, so. But I was eating that. I was busting those chickens. Damn. No, but for real. So I was eating chickens. Then we had a vending machine in there. So I was eating, like, I was running through 2 bags of Dorito chips. Then I would go home. I'll make dinner, right? Well, technically I'll make lunch. I'll make lunch because I never had lunch. The chicken after school didn't count. I would have lunch again, and lunch would consist of, I think I would have like potatoes, like boiled potatoes. I have boiled potatoes with some stew and I think like goat meat and all that kind of stuff, you know, protein, goat meat. Potatoes, I don't think potatoes really help with weight gain. If I'm not mistaken, I really don't know. I know that it has a lot of starch. I was eating the potatoes with the stew and the goat meat, either goat meat or like the little steak, the chopped steak meats and all that kind of stuff, eat that. Then after that, I would make rice with veggies, you know, all the seasoning in there, shrimps, and then I would have two chicken thighs on the side with the rice and the vegetables. Okay, I wasn't playing. So, oatmeal in the morning, 2 boiled eggs. I went to work, ate again, had the chicken, right? Had the chicken. While I had the chicken, I came back from work, came home, had potatoes with the stew and the beef, the beef, goat, whichever one it was. And then after that, I would have some rice, veggies, and 2 pieces of chicken. Yeah, I was eating like that. So I was eating 4 times a day, if not even more. I was eating 4 times a day, every single day. Nah, you can't take a vitamin, eat good for a week, and then the next week you're not eating. You're gonna lose all that weight. If you've taken a vitamin, you know that once you start taking a vitamin, first of all, you're gonna lose all that weight if you don't continue eating the same way, or if you lose your appetite, or you're just gonna lose the weight. So you gotta keep up. You gotta keep up. If you stop taking a vitamin, you just have to make sure that you still eat that same 4 meals you were eating when you weren't taking a vitamin. Also, something that I also did to help with gaining weight, after every single meal, if I ate 4 times a day, I was drinking an Ensure Plus after each meal. So after my first meal, I'll drink an Ensure Plus. After my second meal, Ensure Plus. After my third meal, Ensure Plus. After my 4th meal, Ensure Plus, and just go to sleep. Okay, and this is how you know. This is how I was able to know if I was either meeting my target for the day. You know, some more calculated people would probably like measure the calories on each food that they eat. I wasn't doing that. I just recently learned about that, but I would just get on the scale in the beginning of the day. I get on the scale, see how much I weigh, and at the end of the day, I'll get on the scale again. If I still weigh what I weighed in the morning, then I didn't really eat much. But if I get on the scale at the end of the day and let's say in the beginning of the day I was 130, and by the end of the day, if I'm 133 or 132 point something, then I know that I ate good. So what I do is for the next 2 to 3 days, I'll make sure that at the end of each and every day, I'm higher than what I was the day before. So if on Monday, if I was on 132 by the end of the day on Monday, on Tuesday, I was going to be on 134. Okay? On Tuesday, 134. Wednesday, 136. Thursday, 138. Friday, 140. And guess what? By Friday, I was 140. I was literally gaining weight. I think 10 pounds was a reach. 10 pounds in a week is a reach. Maybe I was gaining like probably 5 to 6 pounds every week with the vitamin and eating 4 times a day with the Ensure. Okay? So if you want to gain weight, that's what I did. That's what I did. You have to be consistent. It's like working out. You can't work out Monday, not work out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then work out Friday and think you're gonna have a snack waist by next week Monday. It doesn't work like that. You have to be consistent. I've heard so many negative things about Epitomin these days though. I've heard a lot of negative things about Epitomin, how it's not FDA approved, how some people say, I think it also causes liver failure. What else have I heard about Epitomin? it causes like stomach pains and all that, a whole bunch of shit. I've heard it all about epitomins. So I don't really recommend doing epitomin, but I did do while I was on the weight gain journey. I think I was in between, I was going in between epitomin and maca root. If you don't know what maca root is, I'll put that here as well. Maca root was good. It doesn't really, I don't think it really works the same as epitomin, because I feel like with maca root, instead of me feeling that hunger, you know, when you take epitomin, you get this like burning sensation of needing to eat, like you feel hungry. I wasn't feeling that with maca root. It was more of a headache. Once I got that headache, I knew I was hungry. Okay, I knew I was hungry. Once that headache kicked in, I'm like, I need to go eat. So you can definitely try maca root. Also, other than Ensure and stuff, you can also do protein shakes. And when I say protein shakes, you can go to GNC. I'm gonna show you another picture of it. You can go to GNC. They have the big jars, they have smaller ones, and you're supposed to make it yourself. You can put the protein, you can choose vanilla, they have strawberry. You can put that in the blender. If you have, you know, whatever, it could be the smoothie blender or the regular blender. We have a Ninja one, so that's why I said the smoothie or the regular blender. But you can put the strawberry, vanilla, whichever one you like. Add some milk. Put some peanut butter in there. Peanut butter. Let me tell you something. Your peanut butter is going to be your best friend. You can make all different types of snacks with your peanut butter. You can put the peanut butter on your apples. You could put the peanut butter on your bananas. You could put the peanut butter on, what else can you put peanut butter on? Your sandwiches. Anything, okay? Anything you can do to get you some peanut butter. Sometimes I didn't even put the peanut butter on anything. I just scoop the peanut butter with a spoon and eat it like candy. If you want to gain weight, these are the tips. I'm spilling the beans. These are the things you have to do. You can't be lackadaisical about the process. I hope I said that right. But yeah, peanut butter is going to be your best friend. So make sure you put the protein shake, add some milk. I don't think you have to add milk all the time, but milk has some type of calories. Or you can, instead of using regular milk, you can use almond milk. Almond milk has protein. I think it should, because all types of nuts have protein. But you can put almond milk, put your peanut butter in the blender, and you have your shake right there. So you ate your 4 meals, you had your 4 Ensures, and your shake. Girl, you're gonna be gaining weight by the end of the week. You're gonna be, if you're 115 pounds, you're gonna be 120 by the end of the week with what I just gave you there. Okay? So, yes, that's how I did it. I'm gonna show you guys some before and after pictures of what I used to look like in high school and what I look like now. Okay? People were in such shock about me gaining weight to the point where I heard a rumor that I had ass shots. I think I had ass shots or I got my body done. I did not get no damn ass shots. Fuck. I didn't get no ass shots. I didn't get my body done, obviously. If I had my body done, I wouldn't have a gut. And my body would be looking 10 times more fire than it. But yeah, no ass shots. I would never do ass shots ever. I'd rather BBL over ass shots any day. But yeah, definitely comment down below. I'm gonna turn my comment section back on. You know, last week people were feeling salty about my story time. Anyway, but that was crazy. I didn't get any work done. Nothing. just gained weight and got fat and got a gut. So if you take an epitament, first of all, if you, I don't recommend epitament. I said it earlier in the video, but if you do take epitament, you have to work out, because epitament will give you a gut. You will get a gut, okay? Epitament will give you a gut. So if you're gonna, what you need to do is, if you're gonna take epitament, eat your 4 meals, ensure in your protein shakes, and work out too, and make sure that the workouts that you do help with like make sure they help with like building muscle. So instead of it turning into gaining into fat, it will turn into muscle. I should take my own advice. But yeah, so definitely do those things and you'll be set. You'll be looking nice and luxurious and take it away. And thank you for tuning in for my video today. If you enjoyed the video, let me know. I'll turn my comments back on. Why not? Maybe. I'll think about it. Let me know if y'all want me to keep doing story times, or should I just stop? Because I'm gonna continue anyway, but you know. But yeah, so thank you for watching today's video on how to gain weight. How I went from 115 pounds to 150. Well, I'm 150 now. I'm not 155. 150 now. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know some video ideas that you guys want me to do. And yeah, bye guys.